Hey team, this week's lesson of the week is about a college professor who's trying to teach a really important lesson to his class. So he starts out by putting a jar on top of his desk, and then he reaches behind the desk and pulls out a big bucket. And inside that bucket are these large rocks, and he starts filling in the jar with the large rocks until he gets it all the way to the top. And he asks the class, is the jar full? To which they reply, yes. So now he reaches under his desk and he pulls out a smaller bucket with pebbles in it, and he starts pouring the pebbles into the jar, and as he's doing it, the kids are laughing, and he fills it all the way to the top. And he looks at them again with a smile and says, is it full now? And they laugh and say yes. Then he reaches under his desk and pulls out another bucket. This one's filled with sand, and he starts pouring it in, and the sand is so small and granular, it starts settling in the bottom and filling all the way up to the top and filling in all the gaps. And he says, I'm sure we would all agree, it's full now. And this is like a great representation of what your life needs to be. So the rocks represent all the things that are important in your life. Your family, your health, exercise, education, all those things you have to do in order to create the best life for yourself. And the pebbles and the sand are all the small little things you get to do because you take care of yourself, because you eat healthy, because you exercise, and because you take care of your education. Take care of the big things, and all the little things will take care of themselves. Does that make sense, team?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So that's our lesson of the week, team. Moving in for our tips for the week, looking over the curriculum. Couple of things. Number one, on sweeping arm hooks, your goal is to strike at bicep and friction rate down. It's not always going to work that way, but that's the goal. So the bicep strike is going to cause a deadening, and then the friction rate pulling down is going to open the body up. If you don't catch the bicep, it'll still pull the person down. But that's the ideal situation, to hit the bicep and then friction rate down. Remember, crane, you've got to bend that wrist all the way to get that hard part of your wrist right there to do all the striking. Next part is we're doing 2-minute Tabatas in class this week. Tabatas are typically 4 minutes. So when you do a 2-minute Tabata, to really make it effective, I recommend you not really do 10-second breaks. And what I would do to decide when I need to stop the break or not is look at the healthiest person doing the workout, the person that's in the best shape. And if they're not struggling, then my break goes from 10 seconds to 2 seconds. I don't tell anybody that. I just shorten the break. So that's when we're shortening it and doing a 2-minute Tabata. Let me see what else. That might, oh, Spider-Man crawls. I think some people were unsure of what a Spider-Man crawl is. It's just going in a push-up position, but going in a lower push-up position. So that's a Spider-Man crawl. It's really, really hard to do. So think about going lower in your push-up position and crawling that way. That's in the kids' curriculum. And if you're not already doing the meditating, I highly recommend it. It's been very successful for us in the schools that we've been implementing it in, at not just the end of the senior black belt program, the junior black belt program. I'll talk you through that real quick, team. All right, team, everybody sit down on your butts, hands your knees back straight, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. You're gonna go nice and slow with this. It's gonna be a slow inward count for 4. You're gonna hold it for a count of 4. You're gonna exhale for a count of 4. Every time you exhale, team, I want you to think about and make that breath a loud breath. Once again, in deep for 4, hold for 4, out for 4. Let all your troubles of the day disappear. It's just about the breath and the breathing, nice and relaxing. You can also think about the sweat pouring down your back, your heart rate coming down, your breathing coming under control. And your last breath, team, I'm going to count it for you, so you're going to follow my count starting now. Inward breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Big exhale. Everything out. Keep flowing. Everything. Get it all out. Get it all out. Get it all out. Awesome, team. Open up your eyes. So that's a shorter version. It takes about a minute to do the whole thing. I try to do a little bit faster for you guys so you didn't have to sit through the whole thing. But just your voice starts higher and goes lower the longer you talk into it, and then you control that very last breath. You want them to exhale everything and force everything out of their body on the very last breath. Open up your eyes. Here's a big hand for a great workout. That's this week's tips for the curriculum week. Have a great week, team.